The first thing I feel is the cold marble under my bare feet, cold and real and solid in a way that makes my stomach drop because I remember the heat, the screaming metal, the wetness of blood on my tongue. I was dead. I know I was dead because I saw the flatline on the monitor and I heard Julian's voice, thick with tears, telling me he was sorry, telling me he never meant for any of it to happen, telling me he should have been there, he should have been with me, but he wasn't, because he was with her. My eyes snap open and the penthouse swims into focus, morning light pouring through the floor-to-ceiling windows, the city glittering below like nothing ever happened. Like I never happened. And there he is, Julian, standing by the front door in that charcoal suit I bought him, his hand on the handle, his jaw tight in that familiar way that means he's about to do something he knows is wrong, and he's already decided he's going to do it anyway. Isabella. My name, sharp and impatient. Like I'm a child who's not paying attention. Did you hear what I said? I open my mouth and nothing comes out at first. My throat is dry, my heart is slamming against my ribs like a trapped bird. And I can't stop staring at his face, alive, whole, unmarked, while the memory of his grief-stricken expression from my deathbed plays like a horror film on a loop behind my eyes. I'm leaving, he says, and his voice drops to that low, careful tone he uses when he wants to sound reasonable. Chloe needs me. She had a terrible night. Chloe. The name hits me like a physical blow, straight to the chest, and I feel myself sway on my feet. Of course it's Chloe. The childhood friend with the endless emergencies. The one who called him at midnight with a flat tire, on the night he was supposed to finalize our wedding menu. The one whose silk scarf I found in the passenger seat of his car 2 weeks ago. And when I asked him about it, he told me I was imagining things. I was being paranoid. I was letting my insecurity ruin something beautiful. I was dead, and he was with her. I died alone in a hospital bed, and he was probably holding her hand, telling her it wasn't her fault, whispering that he should have left me sooner. He should have chosen her from the start. The thought is so sharp, so vivid, that I feel my vision go red at the edges. But then something clicks into place, something cold and clean and terrifyingly clear. I'm not dead. I'm here. I'm standing in the penthouse I decorated with my own 2 hands, wearing the silk robe I bought for my bridal shower, watching the man who killed me, because he did kill me. His betrayal was the poison that led me to that intersection. His distraction that put me in the car alone, prepared to walk out the door to comfort his mistress. She needs you. I repeat, and my voice comes out like a stranger's, flat and hollow. At 7 in the morning. What happened this time? Did she see a spider? Did she run out of wine? Did she just wake up feeling lonely, and decide it was your job to fix it? He flinches. It's small, barely there, but I see it. I see everything now. The way his left eye twitches when he's caught in a lie. The way his hand tightens on the doorknob when he knows he's wrong. The way he's already planning his excuse for when he gets back late. Already rehearsing the story he'll tell me about how Chloe was just so distraught. He couldn't leave her, he had to stay. And why can't I just understand? Why do I have to be so dramatic? Don't do this, Isabella. He says, and there it is, the weary sigh, the condescending tilt of his head. You're making this into something it's not. Chloe is my friend. She's going through a rough patch, and I'm the only person she trusts. I won't be long. I'll be back before you even have your coffee. The only person she trusts. The words echo in my skull like a taunt. I think about all the nights I stayed up waiting for him, staring at my phone, watching the minutes tick past while he ignored my calls and texts. I think about the engagement party where he disappeared for 2 hours and came back smelling like her perfume, telling me I was being ridiculous when I asked where he'd been. I think about the way he looked at me on the night he proposed, full of promises, full of love, full of lies. And I think about how I spent 3 years of my life shrinking myself, apologizing for my feelings, convincing myself I was the problem because it was easier than admitting the truth. He never chose me. Not once. He chose her every single time, and I just let him. I let him walk all over me because I was so desperate to be loved, so terrified of being alone, that I accepted scraps and called them a feast. Not anymore. Fine. I say, and the word comes out so clearly, so calmly, that he actually stops. He turns back to look at me, his brow furrowed, his mouth slightly open and surprised at what I said. Fine. Go. I cross my arms over my chest and give him a small, tight smile that doesn't reach my eyes. She needs you, doesn't she? I wouldn't want to be the difficult fiancé who stands in the way of a friend in need. He stares at me for a long moment, and I can see the gears turning behind his eyes. He's trying to figure out the angle, trying to find the hidden meaning in my words, because my usual script is tears and accusations and desperate pleas for him to stay. This calm, collected version of me doesn't fit his narrative. Are you okay? He asks, and his voice has that hesitant, suspicious edge that tells me he's not buying it. He knows something is wrong, he just can't figure out what. I'm great, Julian. I uncross my arms and gesture toward the door. Seriously. Go. Chloe's waiting. Don't keep her waiting. He shifts his weight from one foot to the other, clearly torn between his plan and his growing unease. I watch the internal battle play out across his face, and I can see the exact moment he decides that whatever I'm doing, it's not important enough to derail his morning with her. He gives me one last searching look, then nods once sharply. I'll be back soon, he says, and I don't dignify it with a response. The door clicks shut behind him, and I listen to the sound of his footsteps retreating down the hallway. When the elevator dings and the silence rushes in, I finally let out the breath I've been holding. That I'm not sure how long I stand there, frozen in the middle of the foyer, trying to process the impossible reality of being alive. My hands are shaking. My reflection in the dark window is pale and hollow-eyed, a ghost in a silk robe. But I'm not a ghost. I'm breathing. I'm standing. I'm here, and I'm done. I walk to the bar cart and pour myself a glass of water with shaking hands. I drink it slowly, forcing each swallow down my tight throat. And then I set the glass down and walk to the bedroom. The walk-in closet is pristine, his suit's on one side, my dress is on the other. I ignore my side completely and head straight for his. I shove aside his winter coats and find the velvet box I knew would be there, hidden in the back like a dirty secret. That I open it. The diamond catches the morning light and throws rainbows across the walls. The same ring he'd presented to me with tears in his eyes, telling me I was the love of his life, telling me he couldn't imagine a future without me. I'd hesitated. I'd told him I needed to think, that I wasn't ready to wear it yet. He'd been disappointed, and I'd spent the next week drowning in guilt, convincing myself I was the one who was broken, the one who couldn't commit, the one who was holding him back from happiness. God, I was such an idiot that I snap the box shut and toss it onto the bed. Then I grab my phone and call the only person in this city I still trust. Marcus picks up on the second ring, his voice rough with sleep. Izzy, what the hell, it's 7 in the morning. I know. My voice comes out steadier than I feel. I need your help. How fast can you get a storage unit ready? There's a pause. I hear him sit up, the sheets rustling. A few hours, tops. Why, what's going on? I'm leaving Julian, I say, and the words feel like a door slamming shut, like a chain breaking, like the first real breath I've taken in years. And I need you to help me move everything I own out of this apartment before he gets back. Oh, thank God, Marcus says, and the relief in his voice is so palpable, so genuine, that it almost makes me laugh. I've been waiting for this call for 2 years. Tell me what to do. I don't have a plan. I don't have a destination. All I have is the certainty that I can't stay here for one more minute, can't sleep in that bed one more night, can't look at that ring and pretend it means something it never did. I'm walking out of this apartment with nothing but the clothes on my back and the phone in my hand, and I'm never coming back. But I'm not just leaving. I'm erasing myself from his life completely. No note, no explanation, no dramatic confrontation. I'm going to vanish like smoke, and he's going to come home to an empty penthouse and a velvet box on the console table, and the realization that he pushed me too far. He wanted to be free, fine. Let him be free. Let him have Chloe. Let him spend the rest of his life wondering why I didn't fight, why I didn't scream, why I gave him exactly what he asked for, and then some. Because this isn't about winning him back. It's about making sure he never, ever gets to have me again. I hear Marcus moving around on the other end of the line, already calling people, already making things happen. I'll be there in 20 minutes, he says. Start packing the important stuff. We're going to need a truck. I'll be ready, I say, and I hang up. My phone buzzes in my hand. A text from Julian. Asterisk, Chloe's fine, just upset. I'll be a little late. Don't wait up. Asterisk, I stare at the screen, at the casual dismissal in those words, and I feel something inside me break and reform at the same time. He's with her right now. He's probably holding her hand, listening to her talk, telling her everything's going to be okay. He doesn't know I'm gone. He doesn't know I'm never coming back. Another buzz. Is you there? I delete the thread. I block his number. I toss the phone onto the bed and start pulling my clothes out of the closet, shoving them into garbage bags with shaking, desperate hands. I'm leaving him. I'm leaving this life. I'm leaving the woman I used to be. The one who waited and hoped and begged for love that was never going to come. That I don't know what's next. I don't know where I'm going to sleep tonight, or what I'm going to do tomorrow, or how I'm going to survive the next week without falling apart. But I know one thing for sure. I'm never, ever going to let Julian Sinclair make me feel small again. And when he comes home to find me gone, when he calls and I don't answer, when he realizes I'm not coming back, when he understands that this time he's finally, permanently, irrevocably lost me, I hope it haunts him. I hope the silence of this apartment eats him alive. I hope every time he closes his eyes, he sees the look on my face when I told him to go, and he wonders why he didn't stay. That Marcus is going to be here in 20 minutes. I need to move fast up, but first, I walk back to the foyer and set the velvet box on the console table, right where the morning light catches the diamond and makes it sparkle. I stare at it for a long moment, that cold, beautiful rock, and I think about all the promises it represented. Then I turn around and walk away. That the door swings shut behind me, and the sound of it closing is the most satisfying thing I've ever heard. I step into the elevator, press the button for the lobby, and watch the numbers tick down. My reflection in the polished metal doors is a stranger, pale, determined, hollow-eyed but alive. That I'm alive. I don't know how, but I'm alive. I'm for the first time in 3 years. I'm free. The elevator doors slide open, and I walk straight into the lobby, past the concierge who gives me a confused look, past the marble fountain I helped Julian pick out, past the doorman who asks if I need a car, and I just shake my head and keep walking. I don't look back. I don't let myself. If I look back, I might stop. If I stop, I might think. And if I think, I'll remember every reason I should have done this years ago, and I'll spiral into rage that will burn me alive. Outside, the city hits me like a wall. Noise and exhaust and the press of bodies on the sidewalk. People rushing past me like I'm invisible, like I don't matter. And maybe I don't. Not to them. Not to Julian. Not anymore. I pull out my phone and call Marcus again, my fingers shaking so badly I almost drop it. He picks up on the first ring. Where are you? Lobby, I say, my voice breathless. I'm outside. I couldn't stay in there another second. Stay where you are. I'm 2 blocks away. I see you. I look up and there he is, his beat-up truck pulling to the curb, Marcus's familiar face in the driver's seat, his expression equal parts worry and grim satisfaction. He leans over and shoves the passenger door open. Get in. I don't need to be told twice. I practically dive into the seat, slamming the door behind me, and Marcus pulls away from the curb before I've even fastened my seatbelt. Talk to me, he says, his eyes flicking between me and the road. What happened? What did he do? I open my mouth to answer and nothing comes out.
I realize I'm shaken.
My hands are gripping my thighs so hard my knuckles are white, and I can't stop the tremor that's running through my whole body. Marcus reaches over and puts a hand on my arm, firm and grounding. Hey, Izzy, breathe. I try. I suck in air and it hitches in my throat and I don't know if I'm about to laugh or cry or scream. I died, Marcus. He pulls the truck over, right in the middle of the street, and turns to face me fully. His face goes pale. What? I died? The words come out in a rush, tumbling over each other. I was in a car accident and I flatlined and I saw the monitors and I heard the doctors and I heard Julian. My voice breaks. I heard Julian on the phone, Marcus. He was with her. When I died, he was with Chloe. He wasn't there. He never is. Marcus stares at me for a long moment, his jaw tight, his eyes searching mine for something I don't know how to give him. Then he puts the truck back in gear and pulls away from the curb without a word. You're not dead, he says finally, his voice low and steady. You're here. You're in my truck. You're safe. But I was. I press my palms against my eyes, trying to push the images away. I saw it. I felt it. It was real, Marcus. I don't know how I'm here. I don't know what happened. But I was dead and I woke up in that penthouse and he was standing there getting ready to leave for her again and I stop. Take a breath. I told him to go. Marcus looks at me sharply. You what? I told him to go. I didn't fight. I didn't cry. I just let him walk out the door. He processes that for a second. Then a slow, dangerous smile spreads across his face. Izzy, that's my girl. I want everything out of that apartment. I say, and my voice sounds stronger now, steadier. Everything. Every dress I bought, every shoe, every stupid little thing I brought into that place. I want it all gone before he gets back. The truck's not big enough, Marcus says, checking his rearview mirror. But I know a guy with a van. Give me an hour. We'll strip that place clean. I want to say yes. I want to tell him to go back there and take everything I can carry, everything that's mine. Everything that doesn't belong to Julian's careful, curated life. But something stops me. No, I say slowly. Not everything. Leave the ring. Leave the engagement ring on the console table where he'll see it. Marcus raises an eyebrow. That's a statement. It's not a statement, I say, and the words taste like ash. It's an ending. I don't want him to have to look for me. I want him to know I chose to leave. I want him to open that door and find the ring and understand exactly what happened. Marcus is quiet for a moment. Then he nods. Okay. I'll get the van. We'll make it happen. He drops me off at a coffee shop a few blocks away, someplace we used to go in college, before Julian, before everything. He tells me to order something and wait, and I do. I sit in the corner booth with a cup of coffee I don't drink and watch the people coming and going and try to remember how to breathe. My phone buzzes. I look at the screen and my heart lurches. It's Julian's sister, Elena. I stare at her name for a long moment, my thumb hovering over the answer button. She's never called me before. We barely speak. She's always been polite but distant, her loyalty firmly with her brother. I answer anyway. I don't know why. Maybe I need to hear another voice, someone else who knows him. Someone who might make this feel real instead of like a fever dream. Elena. Izzy. Her voice is low, urgent. Where are you? I'm out. I keep my voice careful, neutral. Why, what's going on? Julian called me. She pauses, and I hear her take a shaky breath. He said you weren't answering your phone. He asked me to check on you. He said something was wrong. Something cold settles in my stomach. He's with Chloe. I know. The words are clipped sharp. He always is. Listen to me carefully, Izzy. I don't know what happened between you two, but I'm not calling because of him. I'm calling because of something else. I lean forward, my coffee forgotten. What? Mom called me this morning. Elena's voice drops even lower. She said Chloe's been telling people you threatened her. That you showed up at her apartment last week and screamed at her. That you said you would. She stops. I don't want to repeat it. It's ugly. I feel the blood drain from my face. I never went to her apartment. I've never even been to her apartment. I know. Elena's voice is tight. I told Mom you wouldn't do something like that. But Chloe's already spreading the story. She's telling everyone you're unstable, that you're jealous, that Julian needs to get away from you before you do something dangerous. The coffee shop spins around me. I grip the edge of the table to steady myself. Chloe. That perfect, helpless, innocent Chloe. The one who always needs Julian's help. The one who's always the victim. Of course. Of course she's already laying the groundwork. She's not just stealing my fiancé. She's destroying my reputation while she does it. Elena. I say, and my voice comes out thin and strained. Why are you telling me this? There's a long silence on the other end of the line. Then Elena sighs, and it's the sound of someone who's tired. Someone who's been watching this slow-motion disaster for years, and is finally done pretending that, because he's my brother, and I love him, but he's been lying to you for years. And I've let it happen. We've all let it happen. Mom, Dad, everyone. We knew about Chloe. We knew he wasn't being honest. And we just, her voice cracks. We let you believe you were crazy. I'm sorry. I should have said something sooner. I don't know what to say. I stare at the phone in my hand, at the words I never thought I'd hear from a Sinclair. And I feel something shift inside me. Not forgiveness. Not understanding. Something sharper. Something like clarity. Thank you, I say finally. For telling me. Be careful, Izzy, Elena says. Chloe's not just trying to take him from you. She's trying to destroy you. Don't let her. I hang up and sit there in the booth staring at nothing, my mind racing. Chloe's already moving. She's already building a narrative where I'm the villain. Where I'm unstable and dangerous and he's just a poor trapped man trying to escape a crazy fiancé. And Julian? What's he doing while she's spreading these lies? Is he defending me? Is he telling people I would never do that? Or is he just letting it happen? Letting her paint me as the monster, so he doesn't have to feel guilty about what he's doing? I know the answer. I've always known the answer. He's not defending me. He never has. My phone buzzes again. This time it's Julian. I stare at his name, at the photo of him smiling that I set as his contact picture years ago, when I still thought he was mine. And I don't feel rage. I don't feel grief. I feel something cold and clear and absolute, that I'm not just leaving him anymore. I'm fighting back. If Chloe wants to destroy me, she's going to find out exactly what happens when you go after someone who has nothing left to lose. I send a single text to Marcus. * change of plan. I'm not just moving my stuff. I'm taking everything that's mine. And I mean everything. * He responds immediately. On it. I stand up from the booth, leaving the cold coffee behind. I have a war to plan. A war I didn't ask for, a war I never wanted, but a war I'm going to win because I've already died once and I refuse to let anyone bury me again. Chloe wants to paint me as the villain. Fine. I'll be the villain. But I'm going to be the villain who walks away with everything while she's left holding a man who couldn't even choose her first. I push open the door of the coffee shop and step back into the sunlight. And this time I don't feel invisible anymore. I feel like I'm finally starting to exist. I walk back to the penthouse with Marcus because I'm not hiding anymore. I'm not running. Running implies fear, and fear is exactly what Chloe wants from me. She wants me cowering in a corner while she spins her little web of lies, painting me as the unstable ex who couldn't handle being replaced. Not happening. Marcus pulls up to the loading bay, and I jump out before the truck even stops. The doorman gives me a confused look. I just left an hour ago, didn't I? I don't stop to explain. I don't stop for anything. I walk straight through the lobby, past the concierge, past the elevator, and I don't slow down until I'm standing in front of the penthouse door. My hand hovers over the keypad for a second. I know the code. I've always known the code. 0214 Valentine's Day, the day Julian told me he loved me for the first time. I type it in and the door clicks open. It's exactly how I left it. The velvet box on the console table. My coffee cup still sitting on the counter. His suit jacket draped over the back of the couch like he'll be back any minute to put it on. Marcus comes in behind me with two of his friends. Guys I vaguely remember from college, and they're all carrying boxes and bubble wrap and packing tape. They stop when they see the place, see the floor-to-ceiling windows, the designer furniture, the whole sterile, perfect life I built with a man who never really wanted me. Jesus, Izzy. One of them whistles. You really lived here. Not anymore, I say. Start with the bedroom. Everything in the closet that's mine. Every dress, every shoe, every piece of jewelry. I want it all. They get to work and I walk through the penthouse one last time. The kitchen where I cooked him dinner every night, hoping he'd come home early, hoping he'd tell me I was enough. The living room where I waited for him hour after hour, staring at my phone. The balcony where I stood on the night he proposed and thought, for one brief shining moment, that everything was finally going to be okay. I don't feel sad. I don't feel anything but cold, ruthless clarity. Every corner of this place holds a memory of me begging for scraps. Every piece of furniture tells a story about how I shrunk myself to fit into his life, his schedule, his needs. I was so small here. So desperate. So pathetic. Never again did I walk into the home office, the one room in this apartment that was strictly his. His desk. His computer. His files. I've never touched any of it because he was always so private about his work, so secretive about his calls and his emails and his endless, late-night meetings. But I'm not the obedient fiancé anymore. I'm the one who has nothing to lose. I sit down at his desk and open his laptop. It's password protected. I try his birthday, his mother's birthday, Chloe's birthday. Nothing. Then I try the date we got engaged, and the screen unlocks. I start scrolling. Emails mostly. Work stuff, nothing interesting. But then I find a folder labeled Chloe in his documents, and my heart starts hammering that I open it. Inside are photos. Not just photos, letters, emails, screenshots of conversations. A whole history of their relationship going back years, long before I ever came into the picture. He told me they were childhood friends, told me they'd lost touch for a while, told me she was just someone he knew from the old neighborhood. Lies. All of it. I scroll through years of emails between them. Sweet, romantic messages. Promises. Plans. He told her he loved her. He told her he was only with me because his family expected it, because I was the safe choice, the respectable choice. He told her he was going to leave me as soon as the wedding was called off. But he never called it off. He just strung me along while giving her everything. His time, his attention, his real affection. I got the ring. She got him. I'm so focused on the screen that I don't hear the front door open. I don't hear footsteps. I don't realize anyone's here until Julian's voice cuts through the silence. What the hell are you doing? I look up. He's standing in the doorway of the office, his tie loosened, his hair slightly disheveled, his face a mask of shock and outrage. Behind him, Chloe hovers in the living room. Her eyes wide, her hand pressed to her chest like she's the one who's been wronged. I don't flinch. I don't close the laptop. I just sit back in his chair and look at him. Really look at him. For the first time since I woke up this morning. Looking at the truth. I say, you should try it sometime. He crosses the room in 3 quick strides and slams the laptop shut. That's private. You have no right. I have every right. I stand up and I don't back away. I'm taller than him in these heels, and I use every inch of it. This is my home too, Julian. Or it was, until you started using it to hide your little secret. Chloe steps forward, her voice trembling, always trembling. Izzy, please. It's not what you think. We were just, don't. I hold up a hand and she stops like I've slapped her. Don't you dare stand there and pretend you're the victim here. I know what you've been telling people, Chloe. I know you've been spreading stories about me. About how I threatened you. About how I'm unstable. Her face goes white. I never. Don't lie to me. My voice is calm, measured, the same flat tone I used on Julian this morning. I already talked to Elena. She told me everything. Chloe's eyes flick to Julian, and I see the panic there. She's not used to being caught. She's not used to being the one on the defensive. She's spent years perfecting the role of the helpless girl who needs saving, and I just snatched the script out of her hands. Isabella, Julian says, and his voice has that placating edge again. That tone he uses when he thinks he can talk me down. Let's just calm down and talk about this. I am calm. I smile, and it's not a nice smile. I've never been calmer. In fact, I'm so calm that I'm going to make this very easy for you. I'm leaving. I'm taking everything that's mine, and I'm never coming back. He stares at me like I've just spoken a foreign language. What? Did I stutter? I walk past him out of the office, into the living room where Chloe is still standing with that fake wounded expression. I'm leaving, Julian. I'm not fighting for you. I'm not crying over you. I'm just walking away, and you two are going to have to live with that. Chloe's expression shifts. For just a second, I see the real her, smug, satisfied, victorious. She thinks she's won. She thinks I'm giving up, giving in, handing him over on a silver platter. She has no idea what's coming. Wait. Julian grabs my arm and spins me around. His grip is too tight, his eyes wild. You can't just leave. You can't just decide this on your own. We're engaged. We have a wedding planned. What am I supposed to tell everyone? I laugh. I actually laugh, right in his face. Tell them the truth. Tell them you were in love with another woman the whole time. Tell them you were never really mine. Tell them whatever you want. I don't care anymore. You're being hysterical, he says, and it's the same old accusation, the same way he always dismisses me when I get too close to the truth. You need to calm down and think about what you're doing. I've been thinking about it for 3 years, I say. I've been thinking about it while you left for another woman. I've been thinking about it while I waited up for you night after night. I've been thinking about it while you treated me like an inconvenience. And now I'm finally done thinking. I'm acting. I pull my arm out of his grip. He doesn't try to stop me. He just stands there, frozen. As I walk over to the front door and open it, Marcus and his friends are standing in the hallway, boxes piled high, looking at the scene inside with matching expressions of barely concealed fury. Everything's ready, Marcus says. We cleared out the whole closet. Took the jewelry. Took the art. Took the furniture you bought with your own money. We're good to go. Julian's head snaps toward him. You can't do this. This is my apartment. Everything in here is mine. Actually, I say, pulling a folder out of Marcus's hand and tossing it at Julian's feet. I kept receipts. For everything. The couch. The dining table. The art. The bed. Every single thing I bought with my own money from my own accounts. And I'm taking it all back. The folder lands on the floor and papers scatter everywhere. Julian stares down at them, his face going through a whole spectrum of emotions, disbelief, confusion, and finally dawning horror. This is insane, Chloe says, and there's a tremor in her voice that sounds almost genuine. You're actually insane. Keep talking, I say, turning to her. Keep telling people I'm crazy. Keep playing the victim. But I know what you did, Chloe. I know you've been manipulating him for years. I know you've been waiting for him to leave me. And now you're going to get exactly what you wanted. I step toward her, and she flinches back. Good. Let her flinch. Let her be afraid. Let her spend the rest of her life wondering when I'm going to come back and finish what I started. Here's the thing about getting what you want, I say, my voice dropping so only she can hear. You actually have to live with it. And you have to live with knowing that he never chose you first. He chose me. He proposed to me. You were always the backup, Chloe. The second choice. The other woman. Her face twists, and for a second I see the real her again. Ugly, cruel, desperate. Then the mask slides back into place and she's the helpless victim again, blinking back tears, clutching Julian's arm like he's the only thing keeping her upright. You're wrong, she whispers. He loves me. He's always loved me. Then why are you still standing in my apartment, watching me walk away? I smile again, and this time it's almost pitying. If he really loved you, you would have been here years ago. But he kept me around, didn't he? Because I was useful. I was a shield. I was the one who looked good on paper while he had his real life with you. I turn away from her and look at Julian one last time. He's pale, his face slack, like he's just realizing how much he's about to lose. Not me, I don't think he ever really cared about me. But the house. The money. The nice, respectable life I helped him build. Don't bother calling me, I say. I've already blocked your number. Don't bother coming after me. I won't be here. And don't bother telling people I'm crazy, because I'm done being the one who takes the blame for your mess. I walk out the door. Marcus and his friends follow, carrying the last boxes, and I don't look back. I don't need to. I've already seen everything I need to see. Julian's voice echoes down the hallway behind me. Isabella. Isabella, wait. I don't wait. I step into the elevator and press the button for the lobby, and as the doors slide shut, I hear Chloe's voice, shrill and desperate, telling him to let me go, telling him I'm not worth it, telling him they can finally be together now. I smile to myself. She thinks she won. She thinks I gave up and handed him over. She has no idea that the real game hasn't even started yet. The elevator doors slide shut, and I'm finally alone. The silence is deafening, a stark contrast to the chaos I just left behind. I watch the numbers tick down, my reflection a ghost in the polished steel. And I realize I'm still shaking. Adrenaline, not fear. I've been running on pure instinct since I opened my eyes this morning. And now that the first wave is over, the crash is coming. The lobby is quiet when I step out. Marcus and his guys are already loading the truck, their movements efficient and purposeful. I stand at the curb and watch them work, and I don't cry. I don't break. I just stand there like a statue, waiting for the next thing to happen. Marcus walks over and puts a hand on my shoulder. You okay? No, I say honestly. But I will be. He nods and goes back to loading. I pull out my phone and stare at the screen. No calls, no texts. Julian hasn't tried to reach me. Probably because Chloe's already whispering in his ear, telling him I'm not worth it, telling him I'm unstable, telling him he's better off without me. She's not wrong about the last part. He is better off without me. Because I was never the one he really wanted. I need a plan. A real plan, not just running and hiding and hoping everything works out. I need to think about what comes next, how I'm going to rebuild my life from the ground up. I have some money saved, not a lot, but enough to get started. I have Marcus. I have the clothes on my back and a truck full of furniture and a burning, furious determination to survive. But survival isn't enough anymore. I want more than that. I want to win. Marcus finishes loading and walks back over, his face grim. We're done. Where do you want to take all of this? I don't know. I look at the truck, at the boxes and furniture piled high, and I feel the weight of everything I just did settle on my shoulders. I can't go back to my old place. He knows where I used to live. He'll come looking. Then we find somewhere new. Marcus pulls out his phone and starts scrolling. I know a guy who rents out storage units cheap. No questions asked. We can store everything there until you figure out your next move. Okay. I nod numb. Okay, let's do that. The drive to the storage facility is silent. I stare out the window and watch the city pass by, the familiar streets and buildings blurring together. I've lived in this city my whole life. I know every corner, every shortcut, every hidden gem. But right now, it feels like a foreign country. I don't recognize it anymore. I don't recognize myself. The storage facility is on the edge of town. A sprawling complex of identical units behind a chain-link fence. Marcus pulls up to the office and goes inside to handle the paperwork, leaving me alone in the truck with my thoughts. I think about the morning. About waking up in that penthouse, about the cold marble floor, about the sound of Julian's voice. I think about the car accident, the hospital, the flatline. I think about how I died and came back, and I still don't understand why. What's the point of all this? Why did I get a second chance? Maybe it's not a question I'm supposed to answer. Maybe I'm just supposed to live. To do better this time. To be smarter and stronger and harder. To never let anyone make me feel small again. Marcus comes back with a set of keys and we drive to the storage unit, a small, windowless box that smells like dust and concrete. We unload everything in silence, stacking boxes and furniture against the walls. And when we're done, Marcus closes the door and locks it. Done, he says. Now what? I look at the locked door, at the cold metal and the empty space inside, and I feel something shift. I don't have a home anymore. I don't have a fiancé, a life, a future. I have nothing but a storage unit full of furniture, and a cousin who's too good to me. And somehow that's enough. Now I find somewhere to stay, I say. And then I figure out my next move. Marcus offers me his couch, and I take it. His apartment is small and cluttered, a bachelor pad in the middle of the city, but it's warm and it's safe and it's not full of ghosts. I collapse onto the couch and close my eyes, and for the first time in hours, I let myself breathe. Sleep comes fast and dreamless. I don't know how long I'm out, but when I wake up, it's dark outside and Marcus is sitting on the floor with his laptop, scrolling through something with a grim expression. Hey, I say, my voice hoarse. What's going on? He looks up, and there's something in his eyes that makes my stomach drop. Izzy, you need to see this. He turns the laptop around, and I lean forward to look. It's a social media post, a screenshot from someone I don't recognize. Chloe. She's posted a photo of herself and Julian, arms wrapped around each other, smiling like they're the happiest couple in the world. The caption reads, "Finally, the truth comes out. I'm so grateful to have this incredible man by my side after everything we've been through. I know some people will be upset, but the truth will always win. My blood runs cold. She posted this an hour ago, Marcus says. It's already viral. Look at the comments. I scroll down. Most of them are supportive. People congratulating her, calling her brave, saying she deserves happiness. But some of them are vicious. People are calling me names. Crazy. Unstable. Bitter. They're saying I was always jealous of Chloe, that I tried to ruin their relationship, that I'm a terrible person who couldn't handle being rejected. She's making you look like the villain. Marcus says, his voice tight. She's painting you as the unstable ex who wouldn't let go. I feel the rage building inside me, hot and bright. But I push it down. I can't afford to lose control now. I need to think clearly, strategically. Where's Julian in all of this? I ask. Is he commenting? Marcus shakes his head. No. But he didn't stop her from posting it. He's probably right there with her, watching it happen. I stare at the photo, at their faces, at the way she's clinging to him like she owns him. And I realize something. Chloe didn't just post this to hurt me. She posted it to claim him. To stake her territory publicly, so everyone knows they're together now. She's not just trying to destroy my reputation. She's trying to lock him down before he changes his mind. Good, I say, and Marcus looks at me like I've lost my mind. Good. Yes. She just made the first move. She tipped her hand. I close the laptop and hand it back to him. She's desperate, Marcus. She's scared that if she doesn't lock him down now, he'll come back to me. That's why she's doing all this. She's terrified he'll change his mind. So what do? I think about it. Think about all the ways I could fight back, all the ways I could expose them, ruin them. But that's exactly what Chloe wants. She wants a war. She wants me to lose control and prove all her lies true. No, I say slowly. We do nothing. Nothing, we wait. We watch. We let them have their little victory. I lean back on the couch and let myself smile. Because here's the thing about people like Chloe. They always overplay their hand. She's already posting about their relationship before he's even officially broken up with me. She's already painting herself as the winner. Julian's going to resent that. He didn't want a public spectacle. He wanted to keep things quiet and smooth. You think she's pushing too hard? I know she is. I close my eyes and let the pieces fall into place. Julian's a coward. He hates conflict. He wants everyone to think he's a good guy. Chloe just went public with their relationship, while he's still technically engaged to someone else. That makes him look like a cheater. A liar. Everything he's been trying to avoid. Marcus is quiet for a moment. Then he nods slowly, a grin spreading across his face. So we just sit back and watch her destroy herself. Exactly. But we don't just sit back. I open my eyes and sit up. We also get ready for the next part of the plan. Which is, I'm going to need a lawyer. The next morning, I wake up to 100 missed calls and texts. Most of them are from people I haven't talked to in years, people who saw Chloe's post and want to know what's going on. Some are supportive. Some are judgmental. I ignore all of them. There's one text from Elena. I'm sorry. I tried to stop her. She wouldn't listen. Asterisk. I stare at the screen for a long moment, then I type back. Asterisk. It's okay. I knew this was coming. Just stay out of it. I don't want you caught in the crossfire. Asterisk. Her response comes immediately. Asterisk. Too late. I'm already caught. Mom's furious. Dad's pretending nothing's happening. Julian won't talk to anyone. Chloe's parading around like she won a prize. This is a disaster. Asterisk. I type back. Asterisk. It's going to get worse before it gets better. Just wait. Asterisk. I put the phone down and take a deep breath. I need to get out of Marcus's apartment. I need to start figuring out my next steps. I need to find a new place to live, a new job, a new life. All while Chloe is out there building a narrative where I'm the villain. Marcus is already awake, making coffee in the tiny kitchen. He hands me a mug without asking and we sit at the table in silence. Any idea where you want to go? He asks. I have a few places in mind. I take a sip of the coffee and let the warmth settle in my chest. But first I need to talk to someone. Someone who can help me fight back. Who? The only person in this city who hates Chloe as much as I do. Marcus raises an eyebrow. Who's that? Her ex-boyfriend. I smile grimly. The one she was dating before she started chasing Julian. His name's Alex. He runs a PR agency downtown. I met him at a party a few years ago, and he told me everything. She cheated on him to get with Julian. He's been waiting for a chance to expose her ever since. I pull out my phone and scroll through my contacts. I barely know Alex, haven't spoken to him since that party, but I remember the hatred in his eyes when he talked about Chloe. He's a powerful ally to have, and he has no love for her. I find his number and dial. It rings twice before a clipped voice answers. Who's this? Alex, it's Isabella. Julian Sinclair's fiancé. We met a few years ago at a party at the Renaissance. There's a pause. Then a low, almost sardonic laugh. Isabella. I remember you. Heard your engagement's been a little turbulent recently. You heard right. I take a breath. I need your help. Chloe's been spreading lies about me. She's been telling people I threatened her, that I'm unstable. She posted a public photo with Julian and she's trying to make me look like the bad guy. I can't fight her alone. And you think I can help? You hate her more than anyone I know. I lean forward, my voice dropping. She ruined your life, Alex. She cheated on you, she humiliated you. She destroyed your reputation. Don't you want to get even? Another pause. I can almost hear him thinking, weighing the pros and cons. Then he says, what do you have in mind? I don't know yet. But I'm not going to let her win. And I'm not going to let her keep lying about me. I have receipts. I have evidence. I have years of texts and emails and photos that prove exactly what she's been doing. I just need someone who knows how to use them. Meet me at my office, Alex says, and there's a new energy in his voice, something cold and focused. 2 hours. Bring everything you have. I hang up and look at Marcus, who's watching me with a mix of worry and admiration. Alex, he says. The PR guy, you really think he'll help? I think he's been waiting for this chance for years, I say. And I think together, we can destroy her. The office is sleek and modern, a high-rise in the financial district with glass walls and minimalist furniture. Alex is waiting for me when I walk in, lean and sharp-eyed, dressed in a suit that probably costs more than my first card. Nice to see you again, Isabella, he says, shaking my hand. Though I wish it were under better circumstances. Likewise. I sit down across from him and pull out my phone. I have everything. Years of texts, emails, screenshots, photos, proof of her manipulating Julian, proof of her lying to his family, proof of her spreading rumors about me. It's all here. Alex takes the phone and scrolls through it, his expression unreadable. I watch him read my texts, see the evidence of Chloe's campaign against me. He doesn't flinch. He doesn't react. He just reads and scrolls, reads and scrolls. You have enough here to destroy her, he says, finally setting the phone down. But you're not going to use it. Excuse me, not yet. He leans back in his chair and steeples his fingers. Right now, she's riding a wave of public sympathy. If you come out swinging, people will believe her. They'll think you're just a jealous ex trying to ruin her. You need to wait for the right moment. Let her get comfortable. Let her slip up. And then you strike. How long? A few weeks. Maybe a month. He meets my eyes, and there's a ruthless edge to his gaze. Can you be patient? I think about it. Think about Chloe smiling for the cameras, Julian standing beside her, everyone believing her lies. Think about all the rage and hurt and fury bottled up inside me. I can be patient, I say. As long as I get to watch her fall. You will. Alex's smile is cold and satisfied. You will. We spend the next few hours going through the evidence, cataloging everything, building a timeline of Chloe's manipulation. Alex is meticulous, methodical, leaving no stone unturned. By the time we're done, I have a clear picture of exactly how deep the deception goes. Here's what we're going to do, Alex says, sliding a folder across the desk. We're going to wait until she makes a mistake. And then we're going to release this slowly, piece by piece, one leak at a time, so people can see the truth without being overwhelmed. By the time we're done, she's going to be the one who looks like the villain. And Julian's a coward. He'll go down with her if he has to, but I think he'll try to distance himself first. He's not loyal to anyone but himself. I nod, feeling a strange sense of satisfaction. This is the plan. This is the path forward. It's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be quick. But for the first time since I woke up this morning, I feel like I have some control over my own life, that I'm not just surviving anymore. I'm fighting back. And I'm going to win. I leave Alex's office feeling lighter than I have in days. The sun is setting over the city, painting the sky in shades of gold and pink. It's beautiful, almost peaceful. I take a deep breath, feeling the cool air fill my lungs. And I think about the future. It's uncertain. It's scary. It's full of things I don't know and can't predict, but it's mine. Completely, absolutely, irrevocably mine. And that's more than I had yesterday. I don't hear from Julian for 3 days. 3 days of silence, 3 days of waiting, 3 days of watching Chloe's social media posts pile up like trophies. She's documenting everything. their dates, their dinners, their cozy nights in. She's building a narrative, a carefully curated story of a love that was always meant to be. And every post makes my stomach turn. But I don't react. I don't comment. I don't even look at her profile after the first day. Alex told me to stay silent, to let her dig her own grave. And I'm following his instructions to the letter. It takes every ounce of self-control I have, but I do it. I stay quiet. Marcus keeps me busy. We go apartment hunting, looking for a place I can afford on my own. It's not easy. The city is expensive, and I'm starting over from scratch. But I find a small studio in a quiet neighborhood. Nothing like the penthouse, but it's mine. I sign the lease with a trembling hand, and move my furniture out of storage the same day. It's strange, setting up a new life in a space that's completely mine. No Julian. No memories. No ghosts. Just me and my things and the quiet hum of the city outside my window. On the fourth day, my phone rings. I look at the screen and feel my heart stop. Julian. He's not blocked anymore. I unblocked him yesterday at Alex's suggestion. We needed to see what he'd do. I let it ring. Once. Twice. 3 times. Then I pick up. Hello. Isabella. His voice is strained, tired. I need to see you. I lean against the counter and take a slow breath. Why? I need to explain. About everything. About Chloe. About what happened. He pauses, and I hear him exhale shakily. It's not what you think. It never is with you, Julian. I keep my voice flat, neutral. What do you want? To see you. To talk. Please, Izzy. Just give me 1 hour. That's all I'm asking. I think about it. Think about what Alex would say, what Marcus would say. They tell me to say no, to stay away from him. But I need to see him. I need to look him in the eyes and see if there's anything left of the man I thought I loved. Fine, I say. 1 hour. My place. I'll send you the address. I hang up before he can respond and send him the address. Then I call Alex. He called. I say. He wants to talk. Let him. Alex's voice is calm, measured. Don't give him anything. Don't cry, don't yell, don't react. Just listen. He'll tell you everything you need to know. And if he apologizes if he asks me to come back, then you tell him you'll think about it. I hear the smile in his voice. String him along. Keep him guessing. The longer he's uncertain about where you stand, the more he'll reveal. Okay. I take a breath. Okay, I can do that. One more thing, Alex says. Chloe's been calling me. She doesn't know I'm working with you. She thinks I'm on her side, that I'm still bitter enough to help her hurt you. She's been asking me to dig up dirt on you, to find something she can use. I feel the rage flare up again, hot and bright. What did you tell her? I told her I'd look into it. She's still coming to me, which means she's running out of ideas. He pauses. She's nervous, Isabella. She knows you're not reacting the way she expected, and it's making her desperate. Good. I smile, even though he can't see it. Let her be desperate. Julian shows up at my door an hour later, looking like he hasn't slept in days. His suit is wrinkled, his hair is a mess, and there are dark circles under his eyes. He looks terrible. And part of me, the pathetic, desperate part that still remembers loving him, feels a pang of sympathy. I shove it down. Come in. I say, stepping aside. He walks into the studio and looks around, taking in the small space, the minimal furniture, the boxes still waiting to be unpacked. This is where you're living now. Yep. I close the door and lean against it. It's not much, but it's mine. Your place is. He trails off like he's searching for the right word. Small. Smaller than the penthouse, definitely. But I don't need all that space. I don't need a lot of things, actually. I cross my arms. What did you want to talk about? He turns to face me, and there's something in his eyes I don't recognize. Guilt, regret, or just the exhaustion of a man who's finally realizing he's in over his head. I'm sorry, he says. For everything. For the way I treated you. For lying to you. For all of it. I wait. I don't say anything. I just wait. I know you probably hate me, he continues, taking a step closer. And you have every right to. But I need you to understand. Chloe and I, it wasn't supposed to happen. It just did. I never meant to hurt you, Izzy. Julian. I say his name slowly, carefully. You were with her for years. Behind my back. You told her you loved her. You told her you were going to leave me. You had a whole secret relationship while you were proposing to me, planning a wedding with me. He flinches. It wasn't like that. She was just someone I talked to. It got out of hand. I never meant for it to go this far. You never meant for it to go this far. I repeat, and I can hear the disbelief in my own voice. You were in love with her, Julian. You told her that. You wrote it in emails. I read them. His face goes pale. You read my emails. I found them on your laptop. The day I left. I don't look away. You had a whole folder of them. Photos. Letters. Plans. You were going to leave me for her. I didn't. He stops, rubs a hand over his face. I was confused. I didn't know what I wanted. But you knew what you wanted when you proposed to me. My voice is shaking now, despite my best efforts. You knew what you wanted when you told me you loved me. You knew what you wanted when you let me plan our wedding. You just didn't have the courage to tell me the truth. Isabella. No. I hold up a hand. I'm not done. You chose her, Julian. You chose her every single time. You left me for her. You lied to me for her. And when I died. I stop. The words hang in the air between us, heavy and strange. He doesn't know what I mean. He can't know. But I remember the hospital. The flatline. The grief in his voice when he thought I was gone. When you died, he repeats, frowning. What are you talking about? I shake my head. It doesn't matter. What matters is that I'm done. I'm not coming back. I'm not going to fight for you. I'm not going to be the woman who waits for you to choose her, while you're busy choosing someone else. He takes another step forward, and this time I don't back away. He's close enough that I can smell his cologne, the familiar scent that used to make my heart race. Now it just makes me feel tired. I know I don't deserve a second chance, he says quietly. But I'm asking for one. I'm asking you to let me try to make this right. I'll do anything, Izzy. Anything to get you back. I stare at him. At this man who lied to me, cheated on me, abandoned me. At this man who's standing in my tiny apartment, begging me to take him back while his girlfriend is probably waiting for him at home. That I feel nothing. No anger. No sadness. Just a vast, empty calm that I'll think about it. I say that his face lights up with hope. Really? I said I'll think about it. That's all I'm promising. I step back and open the door. I need time, Julian. You need to go. He nods, looking relieved, and walks to the door. He pauses at the threshold, turning back to look at me. I love you, Izzy, he says. I always have. Go home, Julian. To Chloe. You've kept her waiting long enough. His face tightens at the mention of her name, but he doesn't say anything else. He just leaves, and I close the door behind him and slide down to the floor. I sit there for a long moment, my back against the door, and let myself breathe. My hands are shaking. My heart is pounding. But I'm okay. I'm okay. I call Alex and tell him everything. He's trying to keep you on a string, Alex says. He wants you as a backup plan. If things don't work out with Chloe, he wants to know he can come back to you. I know. So what are you going to do? I think about it. Think about Julian's face, the hope in his eyes when I said I'd think about it. Think about Chloe, smug and secure in her victory, thinking she's already won. I'm going to keep him guessing. I say. I'm going to let him think there's a chance. And when he finally decides to come back to me, I'm going to be gone. That's my girl, Alex says, and I can hear the satisfaction in his voice. You're learning. The next few weeks are a strange, surreal limbo. I go to work. I've found a temp job in an office downtown. And I come home to my tiny studio and I wait. Julian calls every day. Sometimes twice. He leaves messages, texts, sends flowers. He's trying so hard. It would be touching if I didn't know the truth. Chloe, meanwhile, is getting more frantic. She's posting more, trying harder to solidify her claim. But I've noticed something in her posts lately. A desperation. A neediness. She's not just celebrating her victory anymore. She's trying to convince people, maybe trying to convince herself, that she's happy. And then I get the call. Elena. Her voice is tight, strained. Izzy, you need to know something. What Chloe called Mom today. Elena pauses, and I hear her take a shaky breath. She said she's pregnant. The world stops. I feel the floor drop out from under me. What? She said she's pregnant. She told Mom that Julian's the father. She wants to use it to force him to marry her. I grip the phone so hard my knuckles turn white. Pregnant. Chloe is pregnant. She's having Julian's baby. The baby that should have been mine. The family I was supposed to build with him. The future I was supposed to have. How does Julian feel about this? I managed to ask. He doesn't know. Elena's voice drops to a whisper. She hasn't told him yet. She told Mom she's waiting for the right moment. But she doesn't know if he'll be happy about it. She's scared he'll leave her. Of course he will. I don't know why I'm defending him. Maybe because I still know him better than she does. Julian doesn't want kids. He never did. I asked him about it a dozen times and he always said he wasn't ready. He's going to panic. Exactly. Elena's voice is grim. And when he panics, he's going to do something stupid. Like try to get you back. I close my eyes and let the pieces fall into place. Chloe's trap. The pregnancy is her final play, her last attempt to lock him down. And Julian, predictably, is going to run down. I need to talk to Alex, I say. I'll call you later. I hang up and dial Alex's number. He answers on the first ring. She's pregnant, I say. Chloe's pregnant. She's using it to trap him. There's a long pause on the other end of the line. Then Alex laughs, low and dark. Perfect. That's perfect. Perfect, Alex, this could ruin everything. If he stays with her because of the baby. He won't. Alex's voice is calm, assured. You know him better than I do. He's a runner. He's been running from commitment his whole life. The moment he hears about this baby, he's going to bolt. And you're going to be there to catch him. I don't want to catch him. I want him to suffer. And he will. Alex's voice is velvet over steel. You'll let him come back to you. You'll let him believe you're his safety net. His escape from the life he's trapped in. And then you'll walk away. When he's at his lowest, when he's lost everything and has nowhere else to go, you'll leave him. And he'll be left with nothing but regret. I think about it. About the plan, the long game. About the slow, methodical destruction of everything Chloe and Julian built together. Okay, I say. I'll do it. You're sure? I'm sure. I hang up and stare at the wall of my tiny studio, at the boxes still waiting to be unpacked. The sun is setting outside, casting long shadows across the floor. I think about Julian. I think about Chloe. I think about the baby that's going to change everything. It's almost over. The waiting, the silence, the careful planning. Soon, I'm going to make my move. And when I do, neither of them is ever going to see it coming. My phone buzzes. A text from Julian. Asterisk, thinking about you. Can we talk tonight? I need to see you. Asterisk, I type back. Asterisk, tonight. My place. 8 p.m. Asterisk, he responds immediately. I'll be there. I smile. I can't help it. The pieces are falling into place. The plan is coming together. He's going to walk right into the trap I've been laying for weeks. And when he realizes what's happening, it's going to be too late. I start getting ready. And for the first time in weeks, I feel something like excitement. The game is finally about to begin. He shows up at exactly 8 o'clock, clutching a bouquet of white roses like a peace offering from a war he started. I open the door and let him in. And I watch his face as he looks around my studio. The same search for something familiar, something that reminds him of the woman he used to know. He won't find her. She died in that hospital bed. These are for you, he says, holding out the roses. I remember they're your favorite. I take them and set them on the counter without smelling them. Thanks. They're beautiful. He hovers in the middle of the room, hands shoved in his pockets, looking everywhere but at me. He's nervous. I can practically feel the anxiety rolling off him in waves. Something's different tonight. He's not just here to win me back. He's here because he's running from something. Julian, I say, sitting down on the edge of my bed. The only furniture in the room besides the counter and a small table. What's going on? You look like you've seen a ghost. He laughs, but it's hollow, forced. Something like that. He stops, runs a hand through his hair. I need to tell you something. And I need you to promise you'll hear me out before you say anything. I lean back and cross my arms. I'm listening. Chloe's pregnant. The words hang in the air between us, heavy and final. I don't react. I knew this was coming. I've been waiting for this moment. But I let the silence stretch, let him sweat under the weight of his confession. I didn't plan it, he continues, his voice rushing now, tumbling over itself. It wasn't supposed to happen. She told me she was on birth control. I didn't know, Izzy. I swear I didn't know. And now she's talking about keeping it. About us getting married. About building a family together. And what do you want? He looks up at me, and there's something raw and desperate in his eyes. I want you. I don't flinch. I don't react. I just sit there and let the words sink in. Julian, she's having your baby. I know. He takes a step toward me, then stops himself. I know it's insane. I know I have no right to ask you this. But I've been thinking about it, thinking about everything. And I realized I made a mistake. A huge mistake. I should have chosen you. I should have always chosen you. You didn't, though. My voice is calm, measured. You chose her. You chose her over and over again. You lied to me for years. You let her whisper poison in your ear and you didn't defend me. You didn't stand up for me. I was weak, he says, and there's genuine shame in his voice. I was weak and scared and I didn't know what I wanted. But I know now. I want you, Izzy. I want to be with you. I'll leave her. I'll tell her I'm done. I'll figure out the baby situation. I'll support it financially, but I'm done with her. It's you I want. I stand up and walk toward him, close enough that I can see the flecks of gold in his eyes, the slight tremor in his hands. I reach out and touch his face just once, just enough to feel the warmth of his skin. You mean that? I asked. Yes. His voice cracks. I mean it. I love you, Izzy. I've always loved you. I was just too stupid to see it. I let my hand fall and step back. Okay. His face lights up with hope. Okay, you'll give me another chance. I'll think about it, I say. But there's something you need to know first. What? I take a breath. This is it. The moment I've been building toward for weeks. The trap is about to spring. Chloe's been telling people I threatened her. That I showed up at her apartment and screamed at her. That I'm unstable and dangerous. I look him straight in the eye. You know I never did that. You know she's lying. But you let her say it. You let her ruin my reputation. She told me she was scared of you. She's been manipulating you for years, Julian. And you've been letting her. I shake my head slowly. I have proof. Emails. Texts. Screenshots. Years of her telling you to leave me. Telling you I'm crazy. Telling you I'm holding you back. I have everything. He goes pale. What are you talking about? I'm talking about the fact that I've been building a case against her for weeks. Against both of you. I walk to the counter and pick up my phone, holding it up like a weapon. Every text you've sent me since I left. Every call. Every pathetic plea. I have it all. Isabella, what are you doing? Protecting myself. I smile, and I know it's not a nice smile. You came here tonight thinking you could have me back. That you could leave Chloe and her baby and come crawling home to me. And I'd take you in with open arms. That's not happening, Julian. His face crumbles. But you said. I said I'd think about it. I didn't say yes. I toss the phone onto the counter and cross my arms. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to release all of it. The emails. The texts. The proof of what Chloe's been doing. And when I do, everyone's going to see her for exactly what she is. A manipulator. A liar. A homewrecker. You can't do that. He steps toward me, his voice shaking. You can't destroy her like that. She's carrying my baby. Then maybe you should have thought about that before you let her destroy me. I don't back down. You chose her, Julian. You chose her every time. And now you're going to have to live with the consequences. The door behind me swings open and Marcus walks in, followed by Alex. Julian spins around, his face a mask of shock and confusion. What is this? What's going on? This, Alex says, stepping forward with a folder in his hand, is Isabella making sure you both get exactly what you deserve. I take the folder from Alex and hold it out to Julian. Here. Take a look. He opens it with trembling hands and starts reading. I watch his face as he goes through the evidence. The texts between Chloe and him, the emails, the screenshots of her plotting against me. His expression shifts from confusion to horror to something like understanding. She's been lying to me, he says quietly. All this time. She told me you were the one who. I know what she told you. I cut him off. And I know you believed her. That's on you, Julian. Not me. I didn't know. He looks up at me, and there are tears in his eyes now. I didn't know she was doing all this. I thought she loved me. She doesn't love you. I say, and my voice is cold, clinical. She loves what you can give her. Status. Money. Security. You were her ticket, Julian. And she used you. He crumples the folder in his hands and lets it fall to the floor. What do you want me to do? Nothing. I walk to the door and open it. I don't want you to do anything. I just wanted you to know the truth. And I wanted you to see that I'm not the one who's crazy. I'm not the one who's unstable. I'm the one who survived. He stands there, frozen, like a man who's just realized his whole world is built on lies. I almost feel sorry for him. Almost get out. I say that Isabella. Get out, Julian. And don't come back. He doesn't argue. He just walks out the door, shoulders slumped, head bowed. I watch him go. And when the door closes behind him, I let out a breath. I didn't know I was holding that. Marcus wraps an arm around my shoulders. You did good. I know, I say, and I'm surprised to find that I believe it. That the release goes out the next morning. Alex orchestrates it perfectly, a slow leak of information to the right people, the right outlets. Within hours, Chloe's carefully constructed narrative starts to crumble. Texts go public. Screenshots of her admitting she lied about me, threatening her. Emails where she tells Julian to manipulate me, to keep me on a string while she waited for him to leave. Photos of her with other men during the time she was supposedly devoted to him. The backlash is immediate. Public opinion shifts overnight. People who supported her turn against her. Julian's family releases a statement distancing themselves from her. The headlines are brutal. Socialite exposed as manipulator, Chloe's lies unravel. Inside the scandal that shook high society. Chloe calls me. I let it go to voicemail. She texts a dozen desperate messages that I don't answer. She's panicking, scrambling to salvage her reputation, but it's too late. The damage is done. She's the villain now. The other woman. The one who tried to destroy a perfectly innocent person. That I don't feel bad for her. I don't feel anything but a cold, quiet satisfaction. Julian calls too. I let those go to voicemail too. I have nothing left to say to him. He made his choice and he's going to have to live with it. A week passes. Then two. The dust settles, and I start to feel something I haven't felt in a long time. Peace. It's not happiness exactly. I still have a long way to go before I'm happy, but it's peace. The quiet knowledge that I survived, that I fought back, that I won. Marcus and I are at my studio, unpacking the last of my boxes, when my phone rings. I look at the screen and feel my stomach drop. Elena. Hey, I say, answering. What's going on? Izzy, I need to tell you something. Elena's voice is tight, strained. It's Chloe. She lost the baby. I go still. What? She lost the baby. 2 days ago. She's been in the hospital. Elena pauses, and I hear her take a shaky breath. She's devastated. It was an accident. She tripped and fell. They couldn't save it. I don't know what to say. I've spent weeks hating Chloe, plotting against her, wishing for her downfall. But this is something else. Something I never wanted. Where's Julian? I asked. He's with her. Elena's voice is barely a whisper. He hasn't left her side. I think he's finally realized what he lost. Not you, Izzy. The baby. He wanted it more than he admitted. I close my eyes and let the words sink in. The baby. The thing I thought was just a weapon Chloe was using to trap him. Maybe it was. Maybe it was nothing but a tool. But somewhere in the middle of all the scheming and lies, something real happened. A life that almost was. A loss that no one should have to bear. Does she know, I ask? Does she know I was the one who leaked everything? I don't think so. But it doesn't matter now. Elena's voice breaks. She's broken, Izzy. Utterly broken. She's lost everything. Her reputation. Her relationship. Her baby. She's got nothing left. I sit down on the edge of my bed and stare at the wall. For weeks, I've wanted Chloe to suffer. I've wanted her to pay for what she did to me. And now she has. In the worst way possible. Part of me, the part that still remembers what it's like to be broken, feels something like pity. The other part, the one that's been through hell and come out the other side, knows that she brought this on herself. Not the baby. Never the baby. But everything else that was her doing. I'm sorry. I say, and I mean it. I'm sorry she went through that. No one deserves to lose a child. Izzy, Elena says, her voice careful. Are you okay? I think about it. Think about the woman I was before all this. Desperate, insecure, so desperate for love that I let a man walk all over me. Think about the woman I am now. Stronger, harder, more aware of my own worth. I'm getting there. I say. I'm getting there. 3 more weeks pass. Winter settles over the city, cold and gray and merciless. I've found a rhythm. Wake up. Go to work. Come home. Eat dinner. Sleep. Repeat. It's not exciting, but it's stable. It's mine. And then Julian shows up at my door again. He looks different. Thinner. His face is hollow, his eyes sunken with exhaustion. There's a weight to him that wasn't there before. A weariness that goes deeper than just not sleeping well. Isabella. His voice is hoarse. I need to talk to you. I don't move. I don't step aside. I just stand there in the doorway and look at him. He's a stranger to me now. A ghost from a past life. Julian, what are you doing here? I don't know. He laughs, a broken sound. I don't know where else to go. You're the only person who ever made sense. She made sense to you too. I keep my voice neutral. That's why you chose her. I know. He hangs his head. I know I made a mistake. I made 1,000 mistakes. And I've paid for every single one of them. I've lost everything, Izzy. My family won't talk to me. My friends have abandoned me. Chloe, he stops, swallows hard. Chloe's gone. She left. Said she couldn't be with me after everything that happened. She blamed me for the baby. For the scandal. For all of it. I don't react. I just let him talk. I have nothing left, he says, and there are tears streaming down his face now. No one. Nothing. And I know I don't deserve anything from you. But I had to try. I had to come here and tell you that I'm sorry. That I was wrong. That if I could go back and do it all over again, I would choose you. I would always choose you. I look at him. At this man who destroyed me, who broke my heart. Who made me feel small and worthless and unlovable. And I don't feel anger. I don't feel pity. I don't feel anything at all. Julian. I say, and my voice is calm, steady. I'm sorry you're hurting. I really am. But I can't be the person who fixes you. Not anymore. I'm not asking you to fix me. Yes, you are. I step closer, just enough to look him in the eye. That's what you've always done, Julian. You've always come to me when you needed something. Comfort. Support. A safe place to land. And I've always given it to you. But I can't do that anymore. I can't be your crutch. I can't be your backup plan. I can't be the woman you run to when everything else falls apart. He opens his mouth to argue, but I cut him off. I'm not the same person I was when we were together. I'm not desperate for your love. I'm not waiting for you to choose me. I've already chosen myself. And that means I have to let you go. For real this time. He stares at me, and I see the moment he understands. The realization that I'm not just saying this. That I mean it. That there's no coming back. I love you, he whispers. I never stopped loving you. No. I shake my head. You loved what I did for you. You loved having someone who would always be there. That's not love. That's convenience. Izzy. Goodbye, Julian. I close the door. I lean against it and listen to him stand there. Listen to his footsteps retreating down the hallway. Listen to the silence that follows. And then I start to cry. I don't know why. I've cried 1,000 tears over this man. But these tears are different. They're not for him. They're for me. For the woman I used to be. For all the years I wasted. For the relief of finally letting go. Marcus shows up an hour later with Chinese food and a bottle of wine. He doesn't ask questions. He just sits with me and we eat in silence and I let myself feel everything I've been holding back. He's gone, I say finally. For good this time. Good, Marcus says. He should have been gone a long time ago. I nod and take a sip of wine. I'm going to be okay, Marcus. I really am. I know. He smiles and it's warm and genuine. You're the strongest person I know, Izzy. You always have been. You just forgot for a while. We finish the wine and the food, and I fall asleep on the couch with my head on his shoulder. When I wake up the next morning, it's with a strange, quiet certainty the past is over. Julian is gone. Chloe is gone. The life I used to have is nothing but a memory. And I'm finally free that I start my new job the next week. It's nothing glamorous, just an assistant position at a small marketing firm, but it's a start. I work hard. I make friends. I build a life that's mine and mine alone. 6 months later, I get a letter. Handwritten, in an envelope I don't recognize. I open it and read the words inside. Isabella. I don't expect you to read this, and I don't expect you to answer. But I wanted you to know that I'm trying to be better. I'm in therapy. I'm working on myself. I'm not the same person I was when we were together. I know I can't undo the past, and I know I can't make up for what I did to you. But I wanted you to know that you were right. About everything. You deserved better than me. And I hope you found it. I hope you're happy. You deserve to be happy. Julian *. I read the letter twice, then folded up and put it in a drawer. I don't answer it. I don't need to because I am happy. Not because of him, or because of anything he did, but because I finally chose myself. And that was the best decision I ever made.